Hare Krishna, Jai Jagannath. So today we are going to discuss about the OBC and SEBC criteria for creamy and non-creamy layer. So like the people aspirants, they must be knowing they're coming under the OBC or SEBC criteria. But if whether they're coming under the creamy or non-creamy layer, that is a very confusing thing. Okay, so because there is some technicalities in the criteria given by the NCBC, National Commission for Backward Classes. Okay, so one thing you first make it clear कि OBC जो है that is mainly OBC certificate is needed for in both the cases for non-creamy layer. Okay, so OBC non-creamy layer is needed for the central government institutions and jobs, and SEBC certificate is needed for the state government institutes and jobs. Okay, so now the basic question is that do I come under non-creamy layer even if my parents' annual income is more than 8 lakhs? So basically, everyone must be knowing that currently the annual income criteria is for non-creamy layer, it should be less than 8 lakhs. Okay, so non-creamy, creamy money, like they are wealthy people, or you can say more advanced people in terms of financial condition. And so that this keeps on revising. So after the 2017 onwards, it is 8 lakhs. Okay, so the wealth test is applicable for all the people, basically all parents, but there are some exceptions also. Now the parents of like mainly the parents who are come under the government employees, basically government employees, but they're not, if they are not under the group A or group B, like teacher kind of things, okay, if they are doing jobs, so yes, they can, even if their annual income is more than 8 lakhs, they still come under the non-creamy layer. Okay, their sons and daughters basically. Okay, so let's see it thoroughly. So you can go to Google, okay, and search there OBC and SEBC criteria. Okay, OBC SEBC criteria. Okay. Odisha. So we can. So today I'll be discussing more like the medium of discussion will be English and Hindi mostly, so that others also will get benefit from this. So you just search here OBC and SEBC criteria Odisha, and you will come across one website. This is stsc.odisha.gov.in. stsc.odisha.gov.in. Okay, issuance of permanent caste certificate to ST, SC, and SEBC. Click on here. When you click here, okay, you'll come across this homepage. ST and SC Development, Minorities and Backward Classes Welfare Department. So the first point here, the title is Revision of Income Criteria to Exclude Socially Advanced Persons Sections Creamy Layer from the Purview of Reservation. Okay, so this, if you will download here, you will come across this revised thing basically. So currently, actually, initially when it came, this OBC SEBC thing, after the Mandal Commission and all, 1992 ke baad, so it was 1 lakh and it kept on revising 4.5 lakh, then 6 lakhs, and currently after the year 2017 onwards, it is 8 lakhs. Okay, so you can see here. In the meanwhile, Government of India Ministry of Personnel, Public Defence and Pensions Department have raised the income limit of limit from 6 lakh to 8 lakh per annum for the for determining the creamy layer amongst the OBC. Okay, and same applied for SEBC also. The provision of this order shall have effect from 1st September 2017. This order is applicable to OBC and SEBC included in both the central list and state list. Okay, you can see here also. Now coming to the question which we have asked, that is determination of creamy layer status at the time of issue of OBC and SEBC certificate by Tahsildars. If you download this, you'll come across a notification or a letter, official letter from Government of Odisha, ST and SC Development, Minorities and Backward Classes Welfare Department, from the Secretary, Sri Surendra Kumar IAS. You can see 2016. All right, okay, let's continue. So when we'll see here this letter from this department, Welfare Minority and ST OBC Department. So it is to the Principal Secretary of Government, Revenue Disaster Management Department, regarding the determination of creamy layer status at the time of issue of OBC and SEBC criteria by Tahsildars. So this is in 2016. You can see here. So basically, come to our thing. Okay, so a close scrutiny of the above guidelines and clarifies that. Okay, let's read it properly. Madam, with reference to the subject mentioned above, I am to say that Government of India, Minister of Personnel, Public Grievance and Pension, in this letter have prescribed certain criteria to determine the criminal status of a candidate for issue of OBC certificate. This has been communicated to all collectors and other certificate issuing authorities, mainly the Tahsildars and all. But it has come to the notice of this department that different field functionaries, especially the certificate issuing authorities, are interpreting the guidelines in a wrong manner while considering the criminal status of the candidate. A close scrutiny of the above guidelines and clarification reveals that there have been two separate parameters suggested by the ministry for two separate categories of candidates to determine their criminal status. The first category candidates are those whose parents are in civil services, both at central and state government, PSU, banks, insurance organizations, universities, etc., and also holding an equivalent or comparable post in private sector. The other category candidates are belong to the parents who are self-employed and are the employees of an organization where evaluation of the post and equivalent or incomparable basis with the government, PSU, etc., has not been made. So there is two criteria. He is saying two categories. So first category is for central and state government employees, PSU, banks, insurance companies, and all. So for the first category of candidate, it is prescribed among the other that if the parents of both father and mother, parents means what? Both father and mother of the candidate are directly recruited class 1, that is group A, class 2 group B officer, or either of is a directly recruited class 1 officers, he or she shall be treated as falling in creamy layer. बेसिकली अगर आपके दोनों पेरेंट्स फादर एंड मदर ग्रुप ए और ग्रुप बी में आते हैं, ओके, दे कैन नॉट कम अंडर द नॉन क्रीमी लेयर, मींस दे आर कमिंग अंडर द क्रीमी लेयर. ओके, if one is coming under the class 2, then you can apply. Okay, other is class 3 or not doing any job and all. For the second category candidate whose parents are employed in an organization where there have been no comparable posts in first category, the determination of the creamy layer status shall be made on the basis of income or wealth test. So basically for the government employees, your wealth test will not be applicable. Wealth test means if the annual income is more than 8 lakhs. Okay, but if they are group A and group B, then they will not be able to get the non-creamy layer certificate. So like अगर आपके parents class 3 employees हैं, है ना, like teachers वगैरह हैं और clerks kind of jobs, okay, below group B, then they can apply for this thing even if their annual income is more than 8 lakhs currently. Okay, it may be revised later on. If one is group B, still he can apply. Okay, and if one is group A, after 40 years, means directly not recruited group A, then also he can apply. So there are some criteria. Okay, so for the second category candidate whose parents are employed, these are things. So it has come to notice that while deciding the creamy layer status of government servants, particularly those belonging to class 2, the certificate issuing authorities are not referring to the clarification. Despite instructions to the contrary, certificate issuing authorities are including the annual income from salaries of class 2 and class 3 employees, and thereby denying the applicants the SEBC and OBC certificate on the grounds that they fall under criminal category. Jabki inke liye wealth test is not applicable. This is not in accordance with the guidelines. And as a result, many deserving candidates are debarring from getting the benefit in time. This is also causing the undue harassment to service seekers due to ignorance of law by the concerned authorities. Now there is a case also. The Honorable High Court Odisha Cuttack, while listening to the case by Ashish Pradhan versus State on 4th March 2016, had taken a view that the amount of gross salary received by the father of the petitioner for the purpose of grant of benefit of OBC certificate is irrelevant, which clearly speaks about the misinterpretation of law by the Tahsildar. There is also another case by Tahsildar Kalahandi. He has rejected application by Ashish Kumar Bhoi. Okay, so here you can see here that time the criteria was 6 lakhs. Currently it is 8 lakh. Okay, on the ground the annual income father of the applicant is more than 6 lakhs. Sorry, was initially appointed as a class 3 assistant teacher. So he may be later on become a class 2. Class 2 also, if one parent is class 2 also he can get. Okay, so that is the thing. The teacher now working as a must. Besides, a good number of representatives have also been received in this department regarding non-issuance of OBC and SEBC certificate by the Tahsildar on the above ground. So in view of the above, I would therefore request you to please intervene in the matter and issue suitable instructions to all Tahsildars and certificate issuing authorities to follow instructions and guidelines meticulously in the matter of issue of OBC and SEBC certificate. Now, further, it is also requested to take necessary action against the Tahsildars for erroneous interpretation of government guidelines and non-issue of OBC and SEBC certificate to the eligible candidates. So now, who are applying for SEBC and OBC certificate from Odisha, what they can do while applying for the certificates, if they can, what they can do, they can print out this copy and attach it with the application. Okay, so they after that there will be no problem, because this is an official letter from department, okay, from the secretary. Okay, so and I'll just go through the actual criteria here. This thing, just search here NCVC or UPSC, or not NCVC, sorry, NCVC का जो website है ncvc.nic.in. Okay, we'll go there. सर्च किया था अभी जस्ट अभी. Search here NCVC. Okay, we will go here premium layer maybe. OBC premium layer. Okay, this is I think. मैंने कहीं तो डाउनलोड किया था. Let's go to directly that thing. ऐसा क्या मैंने. Yeah, NCVC report on income criteria for Premier. I got it from NCVC website only. Currently, I'm not. Okay. It's here. This is from Secretary A.K. Mangotra from National Commission for Backward Classes, Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, Government of India. 2nd March 2015. So currently, you must be knowing, like after the 123rd Constitutional Amendment Bill, which passed as 102nd Constitutional Amendment Act, NCBC has become what? A constitutional body. In 2019, it became, right? 2019 or something like that. No, before election only, no? 2018, 19 like that. Okay. So this is a report on income criteria for India. Now, who all are not under coming under the this thing? Non-crim layer, I'll see here. Yes, you can see. Constitutional posts, basically to whom rule of exclusion apply. Sons and daughters of President of India, Vice President of India, judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court. Just a minute. Okay, chairman and a member of UPSC. So these will be excluded for applying for what? Your non-crim layer certificate. So this is constitutional post is under the category 1. So if they are sons of these persons, constitutional post holders, they can't apply for the non-crim layer OBC and SEBC certificate. Now, service category, group and class 1 officers of all India central or state services. Basically, direct recruits you can see here. Okay, like before 40 years, if they are coming under group A or class 1 officers, if both parents are coming, okay, parents of, you can see, parents of both whom are class 1. Okay, and for either, if one parent is also class 1, they will not apply. They will not come under the basically non-criminal layer. Okay, similar kind of things. And if both are coming under group B also, they kind of, so parents of both are class 2 officers. But if one is class 2 officer, they can come under the non-criminal layer, even if their what annual income is more than 8 lakhs currently. Okay, and there is some exclusions also you can see here. if they're dead or incapacity kind of thing. Incapacitation means permanent incapacity, means they are not able to do job after some accident and all. Now employees of public sector undertakings. Now PSU, we must be known, they are not, they are government companies. Okay, they are so like employees of government companies, they are not government employees. Okay, so they can be privatized in later on, like banks or their State Bank or some other PSU banks, and some like other companies like ISL, BPCL, HPCL, all things are there. So basically here category 6 below will apply to the officer. So category 6. So what is category 6? Let's see. Category 6 is the wealth test basically. If you go below, you can see here. Oh, yeah. Yes, income or wealth test. Now it was because previously it was 1 lakh. You can see currently it is 8 lakh. So this wealth test or income test will be applicable to PSU employees as well. Okay, bank employees or some insurance companies. And for others also, the wealth test will be applicable, like plantation workers and the self-employed professionals, like private sector jobs जो करते हैं, है ना? So for all those things, wealth test will be applicable. You can see category 6 will apply. Person engaged in trade, business, industry, because there is no like category like group 1, A, B, C kind of things in private sector jobs. So the wealth test is applicable for knowing their status. Okay, so professional class, and military services also you can see. So basically PSUs के लिए applicable है. Now ये जो basically यहाँ पे जो दिया है क्या है, जो class 1 and class 2 वाला है, दिया है कि ये लोग, because they will not get the what class sorry, they will not get the non-criminal layer certificate. Now it is so if your parents are class 3 employees or one parent is class 2 employee, so then what, you are not excluded for applying this thing. So even if their what wealth is or annual income is more than 8 lakhs, because it is not written here, wealth test will be applicable, so they can get the certificates. Okay, so I think it is pretty much clear now. So what you will do, you can show that thing. So you can print out that letter which I have shown here. Here, this thing. Okay, 2-3 page ka hi hai. So and attach it with the application form, and you will get the certificate. Okay, and if there is further more query also, you can go to this channel, Telegram channel, OPSC exam revise with Suraj. You can ping me for other clarifications. Also in this comment section, also in the videos comment section, also you can ask me. Okay, I think it is clear now. So we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. Jai Jagannath.